We talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
What do you do when you think you are above the program, but that man quickly reminds you that you are not? Shanice thought she was gonna get special treatment from the game, but he was like, I mean, he does have a lot of respect for her, but he was not finna be sitting up there playing house like she wanted him to. Save this as your friendly reminder that you are never above the program.
Girl, Shanice is losing it after the game decided to make it public knowledge that he never wanted her. She was just another baby mama to him. The internet has not only been dragging Shanice for not knowing better, but also Evelyn for essentially turning her daughter into a groupie just to stay relevant. But y'all, Evelyn is raging too, and she's calling out the game for abandoning her daughter. The tea is insane because Shanice literally ended up in the situation that she has been running from this whole time.
You surprised that they weaponized the fact that you two had a baby against me on the show? Like, I had a feeling it would happen, but like, how did you feel about that? Because
they called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you a felon?
I am. So I don't feel slighted by someone trying to like throw like my past at me. Yeah, I'm a felon. My mama know I'm a felon. My kids know I'm a felon. My fans know I'm a felon, and that's just what it is.
The interview was so telling, but one of the things that stood out about the interview is that Shanice really didn't know what she was getting into with the gang. Their connection was nothing more than a situationship that got more serious only when Shauna got pregnant with their son Blawan. But to be fair to Shanice, though, it looks like she was perfectly fine being the game's sneaky link. She never posted about him. Even her mom, Evelyn, didn't know that her daughter in the game was doing anything with her because Shanice knew that them being together was not a good look. But somewhere in the situationship, the game started to make her promises that he had no intention of keeping. Now, Shanice is not a child, and a quick Google search would have told her to take her heels and run as fast as possible from the game. In fact, it's hard not to believe that the Shawns didn't know about the game's reputation because they had been running in the same circles for years now. The crazy thing is that the game's ex-fiancée, Tiffany, was friends with Evelyn for a long time. She did attend Evelyn's baby shower. Even a quick watch of his reality TV show could tell you that this is not a man that you'd expect to do right by you. Can you all believe that she didn't know that he was a felon until he told her on the podcast? I mean, this is public record and she didn't know. So, when she told the game that she was pregnant, Shaw expected him to be all excited and over the moon about this because they were actually going to become a family. But instead, he just wasn't feeling it. So when she didn't get the reaction of love and adoration that she expected, it threw her for a loop and even had her bawling over.
Well, thank you for saying that you didn't give me enough grace because I do agree with you. And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that there.
Child, this isn't it. What's crazy is that Shawnee still tried to rationalize it. She claimed that the game manifested their son, and he couldn't stop talking about it until she eventually got pregnant with Blawan. But child, the real reason why the game wanted a kid is just so messy. He didn't have a baby with her because he liked her. No, all he saw was a baddie, and he wanted to put a baby in her just for the fun of it. She wasn't special, and all of the expectations that she had were dead on arrival. Shanice is technically not a kid anymore. But what's really sad is that she had a baby with someone who was running game on her the entire time, and she was too head in the clouds to see it. I mean, his name isn't the game for nothing. And how did she ever think that she was going to get the ring and the white picket fence from him when every woman that came before her who tried failed looking at Shanice? And it looks like the game was also the type of man that enjoys seeing women get all riled up because of him. Shauna did not want to be a baby mama. There was a time when the game was talking about marriage and how free until 30 just to end up like her mama, Evelyn. He knew she wanted a serious relationship that could lead to marriage. So, while they were together, he most likely leaned in on that and told her what she wanted and needed to hear until she was eating out of his hands. Even when she asked how he'd feel if Shanice got a stepdad for their son, Blaze. He told her in so many words that she's tied to him for life now. Men aren't going to want to be with her seriously anytime soon.
Just so you guys know, because you guys are, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant. That's what men think when they see a baddie.
Child, this can't be what 46 years of growth looks like on a man. He's pulling an offset and telling her that he won by making her his baby mama. He painted her as undesirable and sees her as his possession now. Truth is, he may not even want her getting married because he wants the option to dip in and out whenever he feels like it. And throughout the podcast, Shay seemed to be in extreme disbelief and delusional that he could do that to her. I mean, you could hear it in her voice as it was cracking trying to maintain her composure. Now, the ironic thing about all of this has been the follow-up. Evelyn has been talking about how she watched the interview and is seeing it for the first time in 4K and how the game played her daughter. Her daughter was trying to break the cycle and get a life that was very different from her mother's. But all of that careful planning and waiting got thrown right back in her face after realizing that she had a man that didn't want her back and only wanted to put a baby in her for the fun of it. But folks aren't buying the whole sob story that Evelyn is trying to sell. Out of all people, Evelyn Lozada from the Bronx didn't teach her daughter street.
I know people that have been married for 15 years that are fucking miserable.
Right.
That are miserable. And I look at that and I'm like, I feel like I'm doing good, right? Like I'm great. I'm not married yet, but I feel good. And I'm happy to be exactly who I am. And I also know people who are, married and thriving. So I think that your happiness and what works out or what you feel didn't work out is like subjective to.
It's hard to believe. And it's honestly baffling that Evelyn literally saw a game treat her friend Tiffany the same way. Yet, she did not warn her own daughter. Child, make it make sense. Evelyn Lozada has the laundry list of bad decisions when it comes to men, and she's been around quite a bit. Literally, if she had actually put her daughter up on game, she would have likely avoided the game. So, Shanice really got nothing from her mama, and it is so sad to see. The game plotted on Shanice, got her pregnant, and then she broke up with him. Then he admitted on her podcast that his intent was to get her pregnant because she was a baddie. Like WTF. For real. I would have at least respected Chinese more if she got pregnant by one of these knucklehead athletes still playing in the league. They aren't either, but at least they have a consistent check still coming in. The game told Shays straight to her face when she was trying to say he wanted more kids. Men see a baddie and think I'm going to get her pregnant. Not. But do you guys think Shanice was gamed? Sound off in the comments and make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. And music. Don't get pregnant for being a baddie.